This tutorial will show you how to put a Creative Commons license on your Digication ePortfolio in case you're wanting to share your work and allow others to use it. This tutorial assumes you've already done your research on Creative Commons, but if you haven't, or you have some questions about it, you can visit creativecommons.org to learn all about it. As you can see, I am on Creative Commons About page, and this page talks a little bit about what Creative Commons is, but you'll actually find a lot more information on the right side of the page, especially in the FAQ section. That section will have a lot of answers to questions that you might have about Creative Commons. You can also check out cool videos about Creative Commons, or you can actually contact Creative Commons about any specific questions that you might have. Go ahead and head on over to Digication, and you want to place in the work that you're going to license. So as you can see here, I've already placed in my photo that I'm going to license, and now I need to put in the Creative Commons license. That can be found in the Add a Module button that you usually see in this area here underneath the Sections module. Once you have clicked that, you should be able to find the Social tab, and underneath is the Creative Commons license, and go ahead and just add that module to the page. It's going to drop it right on top for you. Then from here, we're going to go ahead and fill out the license features section here. So what it's going to ask you is if you are okay with others modifying your work if they're going to use it. So for example, that's asking me, in my case, if I'm okay with other people changing my picture, they're going to add text to it, they're going to Photoshop it, or whatever. If I'm okay with that, I can go ahead and say yes, or yes as long as others share alike. I can also say no if I'm not okay with that. So make the selection that you want, then move on to the next question. The next question is asking if you're okay with people using your work commercially. So if you're okay with people profiting from your work, you can go ahead and say yes. If you're not okay with that, click no. So make the selection that you want, and then move on to the licensed jurisdiction. By default, it's going to be international, but you can actually specify which country you want it to be. So once you have this done, you can actually save and publish at this point, but if you would like to work on the metadata, which is optional, you can go ahead and fill that out as well. I'm going to point you over to the metadata site that I have here because it might help you guys understand a little bit more about metadata. So I'll just kind of read some of this off for you guys, and it says when you select a license from the Creative Commons license chooser, you're provided with HTML to place in your page. That HTML contains metadata, and let's skip over down here to metadata. So metadata is data about data, for example, title, creator, and licensing information. When you choose a license on our website, you get back some metadata, licensing information, encoded in RDF. And of course, you can read about RDF down here. But that metadata allows software to understand that you've applied a license to your work. So if you want to read more about that, go ahead and visit this website there. I'm going to head back over here in case you guys are interested in putting in some metadata information. It's going to ask you for the title of your work, so go ahead and just put in a title for that. You can put a name that you want this work to be attributed to, so that could be you, or it could be you and someone else. You can also put in the URL where the work can be attributed to, the source work URL, and then if you have more permissions elsewhere, you want to put the URL to that, you can place that in here as well. Finally, go ahead and specify the format of work. So for example, mine is an image, so I'm going to select image, but go ahead and choose whichever one that your work is. Once you have that done, go ahead and click save. So there's a save button here, as well as a little bit above up here. And once you have done that, go ahead and just make sure you publish. You can either publish up in the corner here, or make sure you publish wherever the tab or the module you're working on is. So just make sure you're not publishing like somewhere way off like down here. So just make sure you publish that. Once that has been published, then you can go ahead and drag and reorder your stuff if you want to, or you can do that in the beginning if you want to as well. But just make sure you save and publish everything, and that's how you put a Creative Commons license on your Digication ePortfolio. Thanks for watching.